Hey guys, so today I am making spaghetti using spaghetti squash. Now it's in the kitchen right now, but this recipe has very few ingredients. Basically, I am just making noodles out of spaghetti squash. All you need is a little olive oil, salt, and pepper for the squash. And then you just dress up the noodles like you would spaghetti noodles. So you put spaghetti sauce, you can put hamburger meat in it, you can put Parmesan cheese on top. Whatever you use for spaghetti, you would use for the squash noodles. So this is a really easy, simple, cheap recipe that I'm super excited to try out because I've never had spaghetti squash before. I've never made spaghetti squash before. It seems pretty easy. All you do is bake it for like 45 minutes or so, and you're good to go. And it's supposed to taste pretty much just like spaghetti noodles, but be 1,000 times healthier than all those carbs. So let's get into the kitchen and make the spaghetti squash. Okay, so here are the spaghetti squashes. They're pretty big. I'm using two, but I'm just gonna use one for the video because they take about 45 minutes to bake. So I'm gonna do the first one first, and then while we're making up the spaghetti and stuff, the second one will be cooking. So I'm gonna use the bigger one first. And who knows, there might be enough noodles in this for the entire family, but I'm doing two just to be on the safe side. But I have this pan that I lined with foil. So now we're just gonna cut this, wash this, and cut it in half. Okay, so we're gonna cut it in half lengthwise and then scoop the seeds out. So just like the butternut, this was really hard to cut in half, but I'm gonna scoop the seeds out of these. So this is what they look like, all hollowed out. Now I saved this. You can actually, the seeds in here, you can actually get rid of the pulp, rinse the seeds off a little bit, and roast the seeds with some olive oil and some salt, maybe a little spices, and you can actually roast these in the oven and make them like you would pumpkin seeds. But I'm just gonna put those aside and we're gonna continue with this recipe. So now we're gonna take some olive oil. I have, oh my gosh, it's so hard to see anything in this video. Okay, this is Bertolli extra virgin olive oil. Now you're just gonna want a little drizzle. Too much is going to make it watery. So just a little drizzle on the inside of both halves. And then you're gonna take some salt. I have Mediterranean sea salt, and just a little bit of salt. You don't want too much salt either. Then we're gonna take our foil-lined tray, and we're gonna place these face down on top of the tray. And you know what? Oh no, I can't. I thought I would be able to fit the other one on here, but I can't. So we're gonna take, we're gonna place them face down like this. Then you're gonna take a fork and just poke holes all the way down the middle of each slice. So that is what they should look like. And I forgot to mention to preheat your oven to 400. So I've done that now. So now the oven is all preheated. I'm gonna pop this into the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. This one is on the larger side, so I'm gonna be putting this one in for 40 minutes. And this one over here is on the smaller side, so I'll be doing this one for 30 minutes. So these are now done roasting. I'm gonna pop these over onto here and let them cool, and then pop the second batch into the oven. So this is what these look like. They look and they smell delicious. So I'm going to let these cool until they're cool enough to be able to touch them, and then we're going to turn them into spaghetti. All right, so now that it's cooled off, I'm gonna take the squash and I'm gonna start shredding it into just little spaghetti pieces. And then I have I'm gonna take out those two burnt little pieces. And then I have a bowl that I'm going to put it into. So here's what it looks like. It looks more like hash browns than it does spaghetti. And it kind of has a little bit of a crunch like like potatoes, like shredded potatoes. But it still tastes very, very similar to a noodle, and it smells very similar to noodles. So I'm excited to try this. We're gonna shred up the second one and then add some salt and pepper and plate it up. So I roasted up the seeds of the squash. I tossed them in olive oil. I put a little salt, and then I tossed them in cinnamon sugar. It was the Cinnamon Toast Crunch sugar. So these are cooling, but I made those for a little snack. A nice, healthy, sweet snack for the kids and me. So I've added some salt and pepper, and I heated up some frozen meatballs, and I also am making garlic bread, so I'm gonna plate it up and we're gonna try it. So I topped it with my homemade spaghetti sauce, zucchini, garlic, and basil. All right, so now it's all plated up. I got 2 meatballs and Parmesan cheese on top and my garlic bread. And now we're gonna taste it. Now I did get a chance, I tasted it by itself, and it's not bad, like alone even. But let's see how it tastes with the sauce and the cheese. Now, like I said, it's al dente. It's like crispy, crunchy a little bit, kind of texture like shredded potatoes would be, like hash browns. But oh my gosh, that tastes so good with the sauce and the cheese. I really like that. Like, it didn't even taste like squash at all. So if you're not a fan of squash, this is not a bad option. Like the squashy taste, it doesn't have that. So this is really good. I would definitely recommend this. Next time, I think I'm gonna cook the squash a little bit longer, just so that they're a little bit mushier instead of crispier, because my family likes the mushier texture better. But other than that, this tastes amazing, and it is so much healthier than regular pasta. So I'm gonna go finish this up and end this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.